Again, you're welcome to another math class. We have 5 to the power of x raised to power of 2 times 3 raised to the power of x equal to 15. Here we'll ask to look for the value of x that will satisfy this challenge in this question. Okay, so let's take our solution here first thing. So have a solution. All right. So if you look at this challenge, at first I thought of taking log to base 10 or ln base e of both sides of the equation. But when I did that, because of the presence of these two here, and also the presence of this figure here, I ran into some trouble. So I couldn't apply that method until I have to look carefully. You discover that here we are having 5 as the base number, here we are having 3 as the base number. And 15 can be split into 5 times 3. So let's apply that approach here. Okay, so here we have our 5 to the power of x further raised to the power of 2, or in bracket into our 3 to the power of x, close bracket. This is equal to our 5 times r3. This is simple, right? Good. So what is the next thing we do here? Because we want to make this side of the equation to be 0, the right-hand side to be a 0. So what we do here, we want to divide through by 5 times 3. At first, to make this part to be unity before we can find a way of making this right-hand side to be 0. So let's divide through by our 5 times 3. Then we equally divide this side of it by 5 times 3. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. So here now we are now having 1, right? Good. So we can rewrite this part of this expression because we are having 5 as the base number here. 5 is also down here, and the power here is 1. There we have here 3 to the power of x, and here the power of 3 here is 1 also. So let's separate these two things. So we're going to have here 5 raised to the power of x r squared all over our 5 to the power of 1, then times our 3 to the power of x, then all over 3 to the power of 1, everything equal to 1. Good. So yeah, we're going to apply a simple law in indices, which says that when you have the same base number of an expression and you have a division sign between them, then you can subtract the powers or the exponent. There's the law. It says that if you have, let's take k to the power of your m all over k to the power of your n, this is equal to your k to the power of m minus n. So we're going to apply this simple rule to this and also this. So if we do that, this is going to give us here our 5 all raised to the power of x raised to the power of 2 then minus r1. Then here we have our multiplication sign times here our 3 all raised to the power of x minus 1, everything equal to 1. This is pretty easy, right? Good. So we look carefully here now. Now we cannot apply our a log to both sides of the equation like I thought of at the initial stage here. Okay, so we can take either log base 10 or ln base e. I prefer using the ln base e in my log application. So yeah, we're going to have here the ln, okay, base e of our 5 all raised to the power of s further raised to the power of 2, then times our 3 raised to the power of x minus 1, close bracket, equal to the ln of our 1. Remember I said initially that the reason why we could not apply log at the initial stage is because of this 2 here and this figure here. Supposing this side is to the, it's 0, then we can do that at the initial stage. Okay, so here we are approaching something of that kind now. So ln base e of 1 will give us 0, right? Good. Here we apply the multiplication law of logarithm, which says that if you have your log kp, or let's say k, then m base 10, this is equal to your log k plus your log m, right? So we can apply that here. So this is going to give us here the ln of our 5, right? All raised to x raised to power 2, then plus the ln of our 3, all raised to x minus 1. This is equal to 0. Okay, so let's continue on this side and see what this gives us in turn. Now we have this. Now we're going to apply the power law of logarithm to this part and also this part. What does the power law of logarithm? Am I missing out something here? Oh yeah, sorry, please. This is minus 1. This is minus 1, please, Father. All right, so if we apply the power law of logarithm to this, the law says that if you have the log of your, let's take our k to the power of p, then move this down here. And so this is going to be p times the log of rk, right? Good. So if we apply that here, this is going to give us our x to the power of 2 minus 1 in bracket, then ln of 5 times the ln of our 5 close bracket plus, we do same thing here, we move this power backward here. So this is going to give us our x minus 1, then times the ln of our 3, everything equal to r0. Right. So what we're doing next here is simple. Here, this and this are not the same. So what we do, we think of something special that can bring something of this kind from here. I can put in 2 in place at the power of 1 here. So 1 to the power of 2 will give us our 1. Okay, so rewriting this expression here, we're going to have our x, we're going to have our x to the power of 2, then minus 1 to the power of 2, which is same thing as 1. And if we apply the difference of 2 squared, so this is going to give us our x minus 1, then close bracket, x plus 1. Simple. So this is what we call difference of 2 squared. So can we write this expression in that format rather? So I have here 1 minus s bracket, x minus, this x minus 1, please. Then you have here x plus 1, close bracket, then times our ln of 5, then plus our bracket of the x minus 1 times our ln of 3 equal to, let me write it where, equal to r0. So you now discover that we'll be able to manipulate this expression we have here now. So we can now factor this out. So if we factor this out, this is going to give us our x minus 1 close bracket into a square bracket. If we use this to divide everything here, we are left with our x plus 1 close bracket times the ln of 5, then plus, we use this to divide this, we are left with ln of r3 close bracket, square bracket close, equal to 0. Easy now. We apply what we call the zero property, which says that if you have your a times b equals to 0, it means that either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. One of them must be equal to 0, right? Good. So if we apply that here, this is our a, the whole of this is our b. So we're going to have our first case scenario, case 1. Case 1, we're going to have x minus 1 is equal to 0. So if you add 1 to both sides of the equation, we're going to have x1 is equal to positive 1. All right. So let's check out here if x equal to positive 1 will satisfy the original equation. By putting 1 here, 1 to the power of 2 will give us 1, 5 to the power of 1 will give us 5. There, yeah, 3 to the power of 1 will give us 3. So 5 times 3 will still give us 15. So 15 equal to 15. It means that our first root, x equal to positive 1, actually satisfies the original equation. Now let's look at case 2. So we have our case 2. So our case 2, we're going to have the whole of this. So we have here x plus 1 close bracket, then ln of R5, then plus the ln of R3. Everything equal to 0. We are looking for x here, right? So the first thing is to move this to this side of the equation. So we're going to be left with our x plus 1, then ln of R5 equal to minus the ln of our 3. All right. So with what we have here now, it is simple, right? We can rewrite this expression here because if I put in here 1, it's still the same thing as minus here, right? So we apply the power law of a logarithm, which is this. I'm going to move this one to this side of the equation, which is, the power of x here. And at the same time, I'm going to divide through by this. But before dividing, so let's rewrite this here as 1 bracket times the ln of 5 equal to the ln of 3 raised to power minus 1. Okay, so at this point, we have to divide by ln of our 5. I want to believe this side is still visible by ln of our 5. Okay, so this leaves the system. So let's just manage the space here. So here we are now left with our x plus 1 is equal to the ln of our 3 to the power of minus 1 all over the ln of our 5. We're looking for x, so quickly move this to the side of the equation. And so this is going to give us our x2 is equal to our ln of 3 to the power of minus 1 all over the ln of r5, then minus 1. All right, so this is the value for our x2 that will satisfy the original equation. And if you use your calculator to simplify this, then you get a value, plug it into this system, then to give you 15. So this brings us to the end of today's class. Thank you for being there. See you in our next class. Bye for now.